We gonna kill every last one of you.
What's up, everybody? We are Fandom Fix. We are in the back of a truck, and we just watched Sinners. And it's like after midnight, but we had to do a review. And man, oh man, now I understand what they were saying when they said Sinners was intense, it's a good movie, but boy, oh boy, do we have some things to unpack.
Yeah, personally, walking out of that movie, it was kind of like a heaviness. I mean, it's pretty intense to watch. And I've seen a lot of horror movies, but like, it struck this balance of like a normal story about two brothers. And then about halfway through the movie, or about an hour into the movie, it turned into a complete like supernatural thriller. Very well done. Production value, Ryan Coogler did a great job. Michael B. Jordan, incredible that he pulled double duty. And I gotta say, his acting's never been better. I mean, Creed is a standout for him, but this movie crushed it. Haley Steinfeld as well. I've always loved her, but different role than I'm used to seeing her in. But I gotta say, the vampire aspect of this is very unique. There's a lot of interesting like undertones here of what Ryan Coogler is trying to say. There's stuff with race in there, some religious faith undertones in there. Just overall, the movie's called Sinners, and like there's really a depth of depravity with these characters and the choices that they made. And spoiler alert, very end scene where Sammy is older, he still chooses the fact that he wants the life of fame. And he said to Stack, that night was the best night of my life, even though it turned into horror and everybody died. So it shows you right there that despite the terror that happened, he chose really his own desires. And so I think the name of the movie Sinners perfectly encapsulates like the whole undertone of the character development in this movie.
Sammy, as the Irish vampire said. There was some really crazy undertones there. I think the one that just didn't sit well with me is how demonic the vampires felt to me. This was definitely a movie of good and evil and had a lot of biblical parallels, I would say. I mean, like you said, the movie was called Sinners. And look, this whole world that we live in real life is a depraved world. A world that is lacking Jesus. Make no mistake, this channel is going to talk about Jesus, and we're going to talk about our faith. We both are Christians. We love Jesus with all our heart. This movie was definitely about choosing to take the broad and wide path versus the straight and narrow. As Austin said prior, he had an opportunity at the end to turn from his ways after seeing all of the depravity. It's like he misremembered. Or he said, you know what? It's worth the fame. And it reminds me so much of Hollywood, of actors, of singers and superstars in real life that literally sell their soul for fame, fortune. I think there's a lot of parallels there, and I think that it's no mistake that they told it the way they did. A lot of movies have subliminal messages. I think there was a ton of subliminal messages.
I mean, the whole thing with the vampires, they were trying to lure the people in by this whole idea of love and community and oneness and all those things. It was a bunch of bullcrap. I mean, even Sammy said, like, the devil's coming at my door, and the Irish main vampire was like, yeah, I've been looking for you. They were very clear of, like, the depravity of man and how we're divided as a people. And back then, when it was Jim Crow laws and that kind of thing, and it was white versus black, like, clearly there was a lot of terrible treatment of people back then. You see that the vampires were just, like, eating into that. They were basically trying to, like, damn the people to try to tell them, hey, like, this is the way to oneness and love and, like, acceptance. But
and unity.
In reality, that was actually their damnation.
Well, they made false promises. And it's just like the real world. You're going to get these false promises that everything's going to be better if you just do X, Y, Z. One of our favorite pastors says it's the merry-go-round of stupidity, where you think that something is going to fix your problems. It was a very deep movie, and look, very well done. Production value was stellar. And I know now why it's getting such good ratings, but it doesn't sit so well with my soul. I don't know that I would watch it again. And when I say that this movie was excellent, it was an excellent movie, but it just sits too close to home with me with what's going on in our real world. And I think about my kids, and I think about my loved ones, and I think about the choice that we have in the real world. And you that are watching, I know you might think that we're being cliche or we're reading too much into it, but this stuff happens in the real world. You have a choice to either claim Jesus as Lord, or if you're not claiming Jesus as Lord, then the prince of the air, which is Satan, which is the devil, that's who you serve.
Yeah.
And say I'm crazy, but that's what this movie was alluding to, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100% agree. Before we kind of finish up, I do want to touch upon kind of the burning question that I had at the end of the movie. I don't even remember the guy's name, but the Irish vampire, the main guy, the way he died was so different than the rest of them. The rest of them burned up, died. This guy, his nails were getting long. He looked like a true vampire bat type situation, and he burned up way different, and his soul kind of sucked up into the air. I'm pretty sure they were implying that he was the original vampire, and I'm pretty sure that it's even possible that he was supposed to be the devil, because the way that they said the devil was going to come knocking and the way he talked to them and lured them all in, he was the ringleader.
Oh, for sure.
And I think that's even why the Indians that were chasing after him before he made it to this couple's house, they were after him because they knew something.
Yeah.
Because tribes and stuff were spiritual people.
Yeah.
And they knew something. He was showed as the main antagonist to lure everybody into damnation.
Yep.
And that's what the devil does, right?
Yep.
He tricks, he lies, and he deceives. And that's exactly what was happening here with that Irish guy. But there's a lot to chew on in this movie.
Very interesting that they had to welcome them in. At the end of the day, you have to welcome them in.
You choose what you allow into your life.
That's right. You choose exactly what you allow into your life and what you decide to push away or to fight back against.
And that's how vampire stories have always been, so it didn't surprise me. But because this was framed in a different way and it wasn't just typical monster movie types, it showed you really the reality of why that's even a plot point for vampires, because it's at the end of the day, they are soulless, demonic, damn creatures. And when you have to choose to let evil into your life or reject it.
That's right. Let us know what you think in the comments. Do you agree with us? Do you disagree? Do you think we're crazy? Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? And until next time, we are Fandom Fix, signing off.
See you guys.